Can somebody go check on these two? They're still talking shit.
Hey man, Yusuf, you got a new haircut, man.
Yeah, man. Took a little while. It's been a few months.
It's kind of refreshing to see you. It's kind of refreshing to see you without a hat.
Thanks, man. I actually had an event last week with my cricket team, the Youngstars, and we actually had media day happening. We had all these like little kids coming in to get pictures taken. We had the whole team come in for pictures. It was a great event overall, right? Like we all enjoyed it. We had our sponsors come in there as well, so it was a good little event we had last week. Yeah. How about you, man? How's your weekend?
I had an interesting set of events that happened, man. Last week.
Why? What happened, bro? What's going on?
I think I might have pulled the forehead and the Furious, bro.
Whoa. I want to hear more about this. Please do tell.
Yeah, I was driving last week with my family. I almost got pulled over.
How do you almost get pulled over? Like, I need to know, man. You either get pulled over or you don't. Like, what is this almost got pulled over?
Sorry, I didn't get a ticket, but I got pulled over.
Oh, so you got pulled over. Okay, go on.
Yeah, as you know, I was driving back from a house gathering.
House gathering?
Yes, a house gathering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm driving back. It's late at night, and as you know, you're trying to jet back home. As you know, life of a father, life of a parent, and you know, you're trying to get back home because if you don't get back home at a certain time, your kids, you know, they have that window and they don't sleep, and then they don't sleep. They're gonna stay up till 2, 3 a.m. at night.
Man, I wish I knew a little bit more about that, but we'll get into it a little bit later.
Yeah. No, yeah. So he pulled me over. Thank God I had my. I was with my family, man. So I kind of got away with it because if I was definitely alone, I was definitely getting a ticket.
Yeah, how fast were you driving though, man?
It was like 130, 135.
Bro, that's high speed for 401?
No, 400 Berry, man.
Oh, 400 Berry is actually busy. I heard there's some cows on it like a few weeks back.
Yeah. No. I was surprised too at 12 a.m. at night. All of us are not as lucky as you when you were speeding.
Bro, I mean, I got lucky with the cops a little bit. I know, like, back in the day when I got my first, like, when I got pulled over for the first time, I was coming back from Waterloo on the 401. And I was going like 156 or something. Like, I remember the speed distinctly.
Damn.
Because a cop pulled me over and he's like, oh, I'm not going to give you I'm not going to impound your car because this is your dad's car. And I'm sure he needs it in the morning, right? The next day. So because of that, I was like, I got a little bit lucky because he's like, I'll let you go. But he did give me a fat juice to take it out like $500. So,
yo, we're all the nice cops for me, man. I ended up in back of a cop car, man. What is this, man?
Bro, I remember that. Like, that was a funny story, though.
Yeah, man. It's just that shout out to Ari, shout out to Bilal, man. They saved me. It's just that, as you know, I'm a bit, forgetful with my belongings.
What is in that big head of yours? All I see is his forehead, bro. Come on.
A lot of information to store, man. A lot of information
to store. It just gets bigger and bigger. That's all it is, right?
Yeah. So what happened was, dude, I left my wallet in my friend's car. And then, as you know, if you don't have your IDs, you look hella suspect, right? So he pulled me over, and I'm looking for my wallet. I don't have any of my IDs or anything. I can't verify. And then I had to call my friend to rescue me. And then at nighttime, obviously just my luck, the cop that I got, I ended up in the back of a cop car.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of cops, man, it's just I don't know. I saw it on 6Buzz, man. There's these speeding tickets that are out there, man. And especially those speeding camera tickets. They're out there, man.
Bro, just the other day when I was coming back from getting a haircut, I remember I'm pretty sure I got clocked for a ticket because I saw like a flashing light in the back of my rear view. I'm not sure if I did. I haven't gotten anything in the mail yet. We have a strike happening at the moment with Canada Post. God knows if these things are going to come in the mail anytime soon.
Yeah.
But if I do see it, it's going to be in the next few weeks, maybe a month or so when the strike goes off. Yeah. But definitely like these AEG cameras are everywhere now, man.
Yeah, no, so people that are watching, man, like after July 2025, they're turning the school zone from 40 to 30 kilometers 24/7.
Jeez. Yeah, there's one by my house here that I end up going by all the time. There's been a camera there forever, and like it's only a 30 zone. If you're over like I think 40 even, they're gonna take it.
Yeah, one of my buddies, he actually just got pulled over. He was going 10 over. He got a ticket as well. He got 2 or 3 of them as well. I got rocked. My whole family got rocked last couple of months. We have I'm not gonna get into the numbers because it's kind of embarrassing, but like I have like a whole photo shoot of tickets.
Oh, so you're telling me you got like an album made here? That's what you're looking at.
So like you know how you're waiting for your photo shoot for post wedding and everything.
Yeah.
So all you see is my car in all different poses, different lights, different everything.
Your car's just having fun.
The rear wheel in the back, the right wheel in the front. I got cooked, man. So yo, people, please help me out. How can you fight this, man?
I mean, it's not about fighting it, right? Like at the end of the day, you
No,
gotta.
certainly the law is broken here. I'm not denying
Oh, of
that.
course, you're breaking the law. You're speeding, right?
Yeah.
But like, I know for a fact that like my wife got one a few months ago as well, right? Like she got one as well, and it's the same thing, man. You just got to be careful in terms of where you're driving. I know they're putting a lot of speed cameras everywhere, a lot of red light cameras too. If you look at that, right, a lot of like red lights are getting that because people are just breaking the law, man. And this is also to like crack down on like a lot of accidents as well to prevent accidents. I think that's what the preventive measures are.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right, we got to go ahead and just not speed.
Of course, but like, I mean, I saw it on Six Buzz as well, man. Someone in Toronto actually broke like a camera, and
Really?
that somewhere in Toronto. I don't remember the exact intersection, and that camera had like $67,000 worth of fines. So people are getting upset. Look, I know Doug Ford actually just put out like a 407 East from Brock Road is getting, from towards like Pickering in that area, it's getting free now, right? But if you're gonna put speeding cameras everywhere, and I guess it's engraved into me that I can only drive like 10 over. Let's say if it's a speed limit is 70, I can drive 80, right? Generally. But when it comes to these speeding cameras, man, you can't mess around. 10,
you
11
can't mess
over.
around. Yeah, you
there's
can't.
$95 ticket, $75 ticket. I got the whole
You got a
mosaic.
whole list of everything.
I got the mosaic, man. I got the whole buffet.
Is it just you or like somebody in like your family members?
No,
as well?
everybody's right. It's not just me, but it's just like the license plate's under my name, right? It's not. It doesn't go on your record or anything. It's just
Yeah,
on
of
your
course.
license plate. So I own the license plate, so I'm gonna get cooked.
So it's you driving only, or your wife as well?
Primarily my mom, my wife, a little bit me as well. I'll take some responsibility as well, but like because just so happens that my wife has to drop my son off in the morning and stuff, and sometimes she's rushing back because I have a little one as well at home. Sometimes she's rushing back, so sometimes like she kind of has to jet it, but I have to somewhat find like an early resolution meeting or something and try to come up with a deal or something. I don't think they're very lenient, but hopefully we can work something out.
I mean, you know what you need to do? You need to go to the judge and be like, look, I got a family. I have priorities. I need to make sure kids are getting to places on time. I need to make sure all my kids are okay. So as a dad, that's something that I definitely think you can bring up in court, and that's something you can talk to them about. And hopefully that helps. I'm not sure if you said you got away from getting a ticket because the whole family situation. So I mean, I hope that's something that you can bring into it. I hope that's something you can talk about, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping for some family leniency here, man. I mean, like 10, 15 tickets altogether is going to be too much, man. I got a family, dude. I can't pay for all of this.
Well, tell me, man, like me as somebody who's married right now, I don't have a family. So, I mean, I have a family, but like I don't have kids or anything like that, right?
Of course.
And you got married like 20 years ago when all of us were like, finishing up high school or something. So you literally have been married forever, man. Your whole life you've basically been married at this point,
Yeah,
right?
man. Alhamdulillah, gracefully, it's been good, man. But your life changes, man. I mean, as you get married, and obviously, like you have to learn your partner and stuff like that. But getting used to each other and stuff. I would say that life definitely changes after you have kids.
So what was like the biggest change, I think, in your life that you experienced after you had kids? Like what was one thing that you're like, I miss this being like, just a couple with no kids versus a couple being kids with kids?
Yeah, man. I think people have kids are awesome. Let's just start off.
Yeah, I love kids. I love kids at the
They're
end of the day.
awesome. They're awesome. But man, it's a lot of commitment, man. It's a lot of responsibility, man. Like it's like you want to go, as you know, I like to go out, sometimes, go out with my wife and dates and stuff at nighttime. We can't do that, because, as your kids are young, they have to be in bed. They have to go to school the next morning. We can't do that. Imagine if you want to have I've had so many instances and the kid starts crying. "Ah!" And I'm just like, what the hell? These things happen, man.
Do you cry like that after too? Like,
Yeah, I know. I just try to hold it in. I can't even get angry and upset at him or anything. But like, it's just like, yo, dude, because at the end of the day, they're completely innocent and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
They're
I mean,
completely innocent,
they're
but
young,
like-
man. They're young. They're
But
still
like, yo,
learning,
dude,
right?
like, everything changes. Yeah, I mean, that's something that like I traveled a little bit with my wife, and I look back at it. I wish I traveled a little bit more. Not to say that you can't travel with your kids. It's just that your patience will get tested. And obviously the kids, you have to book a flight in a certain time. If it's a long flight, you would want to book it at night so they can sleep into the flight and you're okay. But if you have the morning flight and they're up, dude, like you can't really do much. And
Man,
yeah, walking around
I think vacationing without kids is fun and all, and I have friends who vacation with kids and everything as
Yeah.
well. But I personally feel like, I think I could do it. I think I can vacation with kids.
Of course you can. Of course you can. And I know you're a very, very patient person. For me, it's like when you're traveling with kids or going around with kids, everything gets impacted. Like imagine you're walking out. Me and you went on a vacation last time. What did you bring? You just bought like a small hand carry. If you're gonna go with your wife and your kids all together, 1 or 2 kids, that's gonna be a suitcase with 75 diapers and their snacks.
Is there any adult diapers in there for you?
Yeah, no, I got my boxers, bro. I got
just one pair of boxers. That's it, bro?
One pair of boxers. For me,
damn,
bro.
that's a little dirty trip, bro.
No. But like getting back to the point, so no, like it's everything gets impacted in that. It's just like you're going in with one bag, and then it turns into a whole stroller, car seats, all that. It's just everything that would take 10, 15 minutes to do, it turns into 30 to 40 minutes. But I will say this, man, when they look at you innocently as if they're your world, you just have to put it in perspective. And at least for me, my thing is that I'm not saying that you can't get a purpose in life, but I think when you have kids, you have a sense of responsibility and purpose.
I mean, that's fair, but I feel like there's still a lot of responsibility just to your wife, right? Like it's without kids as well. It makes a big difference, man. There's, I think, personally speaking, right? Like with my own responsibilities towards my wife, right? Yeah. Like for example, we have a lot of responsibilities in terms of finances, cleaning the house, cooking, for example. Like it makes a big difference, right? I think with kids, it changes, your dynamics change quite a bit. I mean, in terms of vacationing, I've done a bunch of vacations already with my wife. I'm at this point,
Bro,
I think
keep doing it.
Yeah, of course. And I think at this point, what's happening is that like I'm able to go ahead on those like solo vacations with the boys, for example. Like we were able to go on a vacation last year, but I think for you it was a little more difficult because you have 2 kids back home, so it's a little bit more difficult in terms of getting out at times, and maybe doing one of these trips is like not that as easy for you. Whereas somebody like myself who is not single but like married but no kids. Right, it's easier for me to go out and go for these trips, right?
No, I get that. No, but I have an amazing partner. She's she's holding it down. But life does change, man. I'm just telling you, enjoy whatever you have, and it's not like a death sentence or anything. You just have to make adjustments as you go along.
No, I completely get that, man.
And like as you go, it's just like that time that you have with your wife as an alone partner, that all gets shared and stuff.
Of course, no, that makes sense. So, talking about like progressing in life and like moving forward in life, or whatever the case it is, how like what do you think yourself like what do you think would be the next step for you guys in terms of like if you were to be like your life as a sequel, what would be the next step for you?
At this point, as you joyfully said that I've been married for 25 years.
I mean, I think you have been, bro.
Yeah, no.
It feels that way, at least. If not, you haven't been, right?
It's just that at this point, I mean, I'm at that stage that when my second son is about to be in school.
Okay.
And so that will allow my wife to get a bit more free time for herself,
okay,
and then she can
fair.
focus a little bit more on her personal development as well. And so I mean, at the end of the day, it's to each their own. People that have kids later, or they don't have kids, or they have kids right away. It's to each their own. They have their pros and cons. But the pros that I would have here is that I'm at that stage where my kids are old enough that my wife can back off a little bit and go into herself. And because the first 3 to 5 years, you don't have a life. You don't have a life in terms of responsibilities.
Let me ask you something, actually. Yeah. So it's more like Dom Toretto, family.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, of course. Or Lilo and Stitch Ohana for me.
Lilo and Stitch Ohana for you? Okay.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like, yeah, it's very important. And I think I'm heading in that direction where, I can somewhat start getting my life back.
Okay, no, that's good, man. Speaking of like Dom Toretto, it's really like funny. The other day I was looking at these lists, and I'm gonna bring them up with you right now. Where I'm gonna talk to you about a bunch of different lists that I was looking at, and one list that I saw was a bunch of sequels for movies. So there's something I want to go over with you. There's a new segment that we're trying to introduce. We're trying to do top 10 lists. Maybe not if not every episode. We're gonna try to do it every other episode or so. It will definitely be something that you guys might see a little bit more of. And if you guys like it, please give us a thumbs up, guys. All right. So let's get started. I think what I want to really ask you is, you're a pretty big movies guy, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So let's get started. I'm gonna say this is like the list that I have in front of me here. It's a top 10 list of the most sequels made by a movie. Now, there's some movies on here that you might be able to guess right off the rip. I think we kind of already talked about one, is The Forehead and the Furious. And second, I think thing that you want to go over is we're gonna try to guess it. I want you to try to guess it, and I'll give you some hints if need be. Okay?
See if you guys can keep up with me.
Oh, is that a challenge?
Yes, let's go.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's get started.
I'm gonna go with Fast and the Furious.
All right, Fast and Furious falls at number 8 for us. Okay, so we're at number 8.
How?
It's top 10 list, man. There's a lot.
But
of
there's like
things-
75 of those.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like, the more they talk about family, the more it's gonna keep going, right? Dom Toretto's ready to. I don't know when he's ready to call quits.
Okay.
But he keeps getting balder and balder. I think every movie.
Yeah. Okay. So how about Rocky?
No. Rocky doesn't fall on.
Rocky
I'm
has
sorry.
like 8.
No, Rocky is.
It's like six
That's
at
a very
least.
commendable one, but it doesn't make that top 10 list.
So okay, shit. Okay, what else?
Think the world of wizards.
Harry Potter.
Yes, Harry Potter's number 10 actually.
Damn.
So we got 2 already. We got number 8 and we got number 10. What do you think is the next one?
Final Destination.
Oh, that's a good guess. That's actually a really good guess, but it's not up there, unfortunately, bro. Let me give you like, I don't know if you watch a lot of anime, but think about some animes. Some animes that might have a lot of movies in them. Like, think about it. Right? What's a very popular anime? It's also a video game. I'll give you an idea there.
Dragon Ball Z.
No, not Dragon Ball Z. Good guess though.
I don't know.
Think about something involving a yellow character.
I'm thinking of movies. What about Saw?
No, Saw's not up there either, man. I'm telling
Saw's
you,
not-
it's very surprising when I saw this list. So let's do this. Think about a
What about
yellow.
James Bond?
Oh, James Bond is definitely up there. It's number 3 on our list.
Damn, man.
Number 3.
But again, this is where it gets confusing for me. Like, how about Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's not there. But remember, this is continuous sequels. Spider-Man has had different timelines.
Yeah.
So it's not continuous sequels, right? They're different timelines. It's like 3 or whatever it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no continuous sequences from Spider-Man here.
Okay.
So you got 3 so far. We have James Bond at number 3.
Yeah.
We have Fast and Furious at number 8. And we have Harry Potter at number 10. Let's go with...
How about Avengers movies?
You're right on cue there. So Avenger, Marvel Cinematic Universe, we'll give you that. So 4. They fall at number 4. Okay. Think about, so I'm going to go back to anime for you for a second, okay? So I'm going to say this. There's about 2 animes on this, okay? And 2 big animes. You might know one of them, 100% you know one of them. Second one, it's like, it's a little bit trickier if you're not into anime that much, which I'm not sure how much. I think you're not, right?
I'm not really into
So, but
anime.
I'll give you number 1. Like, one of them is a very furry yellow character that is very
Pokemon?
Yes. Pokemon is actually number 2 on the list there.
Okay. Damn, man.
Yeah,
It's got that many sequels?
Yeah, man. Pokemon has about 23 movies, bro. 23 movies with sequels, like continuous sequels. It's crazy because Pokemon's story is about 30 years long. Like Ash Ketchum in Pokemon, his story goes 30 years long.
Okay.
Now, another anime, I don't think you're going to guess this, but it involves pirates.
Okay. Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, that's not anime. Nice try, though. Nice try. I really give you that. It's One Piece, okay? So I'll give you that one. One Piece falls at number 7.
Okay.
So we have Pokemon
Yo,
at
this
number
list
2.
is hard, man.
It's a very hard list. I actually found it very difficult, too. So Pokemon is at number 2.
What about Batman?
Batman's not up there. It's not a continuous sequel. You got to think, bro. Continuous sequel. So we have Pokemon at number 2. We have James Bond at number 3.
Yeah.
Marvel at number 4.
Yeah.
We have One Piece at number 7. Number 8, Fast and Furious. Number 10, Harry Potter. We're still missing number 1. We're missing number 5, number 6, and number 9. So we're 4 missing so far.
How about Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings, nah, man. It doesn't fall there. It's only 3 sequels. Okay. So I'm going to give you one of them, okay? It's
Give me a guess.
It's Godzilla. It's number 1.
Yeah, I can see that. And in the 70s and the 60s,
Yeah,
it's been coming
there's
around.
been a lot of sequels for it over and over again. Even right now, they have
What
like
King
a show.
Kong?
King Kong falls in that Godzilla universe, sorry. So we're going to leave it there. Another one that I know you'll never probably guess. So 2 more I know that you'll never guess is something called Carry On. I personally don't even know what Carry On is. Carry On is actually like a UK comedy series, I believe. So I've never watched it, so I don't know what it is, but it apparently has 30 sequels, which is crazy. And then you have Detective Conan. Detective Conan is another case closed, case detective show, I guess. I've never heard of it. I've never watched it myself, but it has 26 sequels. And then we have one more left. I'm going to let you try to guess this. It involves a bald guy in a chair.
I don't know.
Think about superheroes. Bald guy in a chair.
Doctor Strange?
You're close. You're very close.
Superman?
When is Superman in the chair and he's bald, bro? Like, come on, man. I don't know what to do with this guy, bro. Like, this guy's head has so much storage space that he doesn't remember these things. It's just forehead all the day.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you another guess. It's a guy who wears a yellow suit. He has claws. Come on, bro.
Wolverine?
Yes, you're there. What series does he come from? Come on, bro.
Okay, hold up.
What?
Star Wars?
Oh my God.
I'm trying to think, bro. I'm not sure. I don't know.
This is a face palm.
Okay, so I'm trying to think.
Bro, X-Men.
X-Men.
Come on.
But, bro, like, I watched, I mean, I didn't think, the thing is that, dude, like, I had so many in my head. It's just that, look, I kept getting them wrong.
Yeah, but how do you not know where Wolverine and, like, the guy in the chair, the bald guy in the chair, Professor X comes from, bro?
I watched it here and there. I watched the Wolverine. I watched the what do you say? What's the other one? Logan. Logan was the best one.
But there's so many other sequels prior to it.
Yeah,
Deadpool was part of a sequel for it too.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna go Deadpool or anything.
Yeah, of course. But Deadpool kind of falls more.
This was hard.
That was a very hard list. How many did you guys get right? Please let us know in the comments, okay? Anyways, speaking of sequels, have you ever played the Last of Us sequel game?
No, I did not.
No, have you ever played any of the Last of Us games?
No, the show is brand new for me.
Oh, the show.
I want to get into that. I want to get into
Yeah. So let's speak a little bit about it. But before we continue, guys, there is a little bit of spoilers here. If you haven't seen the show, I think this is part you need to skip. But definitely, check out the episodes. They're good. I'm gonna do the advertisements today, not Omer.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, let's keep going. So I want to get I want to get your opinion on the episodes, man. How did you feel about this season overall?
It was a letdown.
Really? What was let down about it?
It's just that I felt, first of all, Joel dying, number one, was a big one. He was a big character. And I felt that Ellie was supposed to be, you mentioned that it's supposed to be Ellie's revenge. Ellie's about to come and she's going to turn into a stone cold killer. Yeah. And I think we only got an element of that when she killed Nora.
Okay.
And we only got that a little bit. She just turned into a little community peacemaker, fluffy chick in the end, right? I just didn't feel that she went all the way in, because Joel was a stone cold killer, and her mentor was Joel at the end of the day, and she's like nothing like Joel. And I felt that she was a bit soft.
She's got more compassion.
No, because they put that soft humanitarian. Oh, we should stop the cycle. When she killed Nora, I was like, yo, let's do this, bro. That scene was amazing.
That scene was actually great. That was a great scene. The way she kills her at the bottom, and she's trying to get the information about Abby. That was amazing. I think the way they did that, and she's so badass because she can kind of breathe the air, and Nora's like struggling to breathe. Yeah, she's getting infected and everything, right?
Yeah, she went like in her Bruce Wayne Batman voice. Where is she? Where is he? Yeah, she had that in her. But I thought that she would go. I thought we would get into that more, and I felt that she was more, and then the way in the final episode, the emotional scene where she was killing off, Abby's friends. She didn't mean to kill
I
her.
think his name was Darren.
Owen. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
Owen.
So Owen
whatever the girl's name was, the pregnant girl.
Yeah, the random scene about she didn't even mean to kill them, and then she's like, "Oh, get my baby out," and that part was just like, okay, it's a little cringe to me.
But I understand that where you're coming from, right? But you gotta remember, this is all based off a game. This is all this story is happening in the game, and obviously her revenge is due to come, right? Mind you, there's no more story beyond the second game, so they kind of have to extend it a little bit. They have season 3 and 4, I think, already planned as well. So in the next 2 seasons, we're going to see the remainder of the second game play out a little bit,
of course,
right? So they're kind of trying to lengthen the game a bit and make this story a little bit longer. Yeah, this whole story about the revenge on Abby is about to come. I think the next season is going to be all about how Abby's life happened in the last few episodes, what Abby's been up to in the last few episodes, because the way it ends is day 1 Seattle for Abby, right? Whereas right now we're on day 3 or 4 for Ellie, I think, right? In Seattle. So that's how they're going to kind of pick up the next season, where it's going to be more about Abby. But I think the whole revenge of Ellie's going to happen, right? It's going to be there.
I get that part, but I feel like I'm more invested now into Abby, even though she had a bit of she was only here for maybe 8-9 minutes of screen time. I'm more invested into her.
8-9 minutes, man. I think she only had 30 seconds of screen time at the end, maybe a
No,
minute. At the end.
the overall, like,
Overall, like
in
the whole season
in the
itself.
season, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe like 10 minutes, maybe 15
Yeah.
minutes of the whole season she had screen time, right?
Yeah.
It was very focused on Ellie. It was very focused on Joel and Ellie and like Dina as well, right? And Dina being pregnant and whatnot. And then now Jesse quite a bit as well. Unfortunately, Jesse, a little heartbroken here that Jesse got shot, but part of life, like they like to kill off main characters, right?
Yeah. Also, I feel like the actor that's playing Abby, she's a bit more, convincing in her mean streak. And I also feel that maybe you might agree. I think Ellie and Abby are, in terms of character development, they're living very like parallel lives here in terms of events. They both have faced trauma.
Yeah, I get it. Like their fathers died, and they're both in this state of mind where they want to get revenge at each other. I mean, Abby kind of got her revenge already. Now Ellie's in that mode right now. She has to get that revenge, right?
Yeah, she's got a bit of a mean streak, while Ellie's become more empathetic and a bit more community oriented, and not living up to her character the way she is in the game. So I'm looking forward to Abby.
I agree. I think also one thing with Ellie was the fact that she isn't thinking things through. I think she almost got killed by that little kid, man. That kid came and the Seraphites are not like easy people. They don't mess with them, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wanted to see a bit more of their origin story a little bit. I understand they're a bit of a cult, and they're a little creepy looking and stuff like that. I want to see a bit more, why the wolf pack and why the WLF and Seraphites are at war. I didn't get maybe we'll get to see that in season 3.
Yeah, who knows, man? It's gonna take 2 years for that to come out, though. Like my hairline's gonna be like back up here. Your forehead's gonna be huge at that point, bro.
Yeah, a lot of things could change, but this won't be The Last of Us.
We'll catch you guys next time.